Have a good day. In this video, you will learn the different laws of exponents. The laws of exponents are product law of the exponent, quotient law of exponent, power of a power rule, power of a product, and power of a quotient. We will discuss the five law of exponent on this video. Let's start with the product law of exponent. It says that any numbers m and integers x and y, you have to have this pattern for the product law of the exponent. M raised to x times m raised to y is equal to m raised to x plus y. So as you can see, if you have here the same base, so we have here the same base, which is m, we will add, or if you have here the same base, we will just simply copy the base and add the exponent. Okay, so that is the thing that you need to remember on this first law of exponent, which is the product law. So let's have the following example. B raised to 2, multiply it by b raised to 3. So as you can see, we have here the same base, so we will copy our base, which is b, and then we will add the exponent, which is 2 and 3. So therefore, b raised to 2 times b raised to 3 is equal to b raised to 5. So this will be our final answer. Another example, we have here 2c raised to 3, multiplied it by 3c raised to 5. So as you can see, there is a numerical coefficient here. So you are to also multiply the numerical coefficient. So 2 times 3 will give us 6. Then copy your base, which is c, then add the exponent. We have here 3 plus 5. So therefore, that is equal to 6c raised to 8. So that will be our final answer. So madali lang po kapag product law of exponent. Kapag pareho ang base, okay, pareho po ang base, kopyahin ang base at ipag-add po yung exponents. Okay? Next, we have the quotient law of exponents. It says that any number m and integers x and y, we will have here three different cases or three different situations wherein you have to know kung saan mo siya i-apply. So, depende po sa sitwasyon at depende po sa kung ano po yung given na expressions. Okay? So, let's have the first case wherein m raised to x divided by m raised to y is equal to m raised to x minus y if x is greater than y. So, ibig sabihin po, kapag po ganyan, tingnan nyo muna ang exponent ng inyong numerator. So, kapag ang exponent daw ng ating numerator ay mas malaki sa exponent ng ating denominator, we will just simply subtract their exponent. Okay? So, if x is greater than y. Then, let's have this example. A raised to 5 divided by a raised to 2. So, the first thing that you need to check is x greater than y? Okay. So, the value of x is the exponent of your numerator, and that is 5. And we will check if 5 is greater than 2. So, if that's so, x is greater than y, or 5 is greater than 2. Then, you will copy the base, which is a, and then you have to subtract your exponent. So, a raised to 5 minus 2. And that is now equal to a raised to 3. So, that will be our answer. So, that is the first condition under quotient law of exponent. Another one, we have here m raised to x all over or divided by m raised to y is equal to m raised to x minus y, that is equal to 1 if the value of x is equal to y. Okay? So, kapag yung exponent ng ating numerator at ng ating denominator ay equal or pareho po ang ating exponent, then that is equal to 1. Okay? Because any number that is raised to 0 is equal to 1. Example, we have here a raised to 3 divided by a raised to 3. As you can see, the exponents of your numerator and your denominator are equal. So, we already proved that 3 is equal to 3, or the value of x is equal to the value of y. So, therefore, we have to subtract pa rin. Sige, we copy the base. Raised to 3 minus 3, and that will be equal to a raised to 0. So, ito po yung note natin dyan. That says that any number that is raised to 0, that is always be equal to 1. Okay? So that will be the second situation or second case for the quotient law of exponent. Another one, or the last case, we have here m raised to x divided by m raised to y. It will be equal to 1 all over m raised to y minus x if the value of x is less than y. So, ganito naman po ang inyong pong magiging pattern ng inyong answer kapag ang value ng x po natin ay mas maliit kaysa sa value ng y. Or kapag mas maliit po ang numerator, ang exponent ng numerator kaysa sa exponent ng denominator. So, to answer, let's have this example. We have here a raised to 2 divided by a raised to 4. So let us check if x is less than y. Again, this x refers to the exponent of your numerator. So you have here 2. And this y refers to the exponent of your denominator, and that is 4. So, 2 is less than 4. So, therefore, we will have this pattern of as our final answers. Kumbaga, kukuha natin yung reciprocal po. Okay, so we have here 1 all over, we have our variable or base, which is a, then y minus x. So, mauna naman po yung exponent ng ating denominator and then yung ating numerator. So, a raised to 4 minus 2. So, to simplify, that will now become 1 all over a raised to 2. So, this will be our final answer. So that is the second law of exponent, the quotient law of exponent. So you have to consider these three things, okay? If x is greater than y, then you'll just simply subtract the exponent of your variable or exponent of your bases. Then the second case po, kapag equal, okay? If you have your equal exponent from your numerator and your denominator, always remember that any number that is raised to 0 will be equal to 1. So, isa-subtract natin yung exponent, then this will now be equal to 0, kaya po ang magiging answer natin is equal to 1. Another case is that you have here if the value of x is less than y. So, kapag mas maliit po yung value ng or ang exponent ng ating numerator kaysa sa denominator. So, ito yung ating magiging pattern. Kukuhanin natin yung kanilang reciprocal or i-reciprocate po natin siya. So, that will be 1 all over m raised to y minus x. So, 1 po ang ating magiging numerator all over m raised to yung exponent ng iyong denominator minus the exponent of your numerator. And that will be our answer. Next, we have here a power of a power rule. Any number is m and integers x and y. So, ito naman po yung ating pattern for this law of exponent. M, or the quantity of m raised to x raised to y is equal to m raised to x times y. So, as you can see, kapag po naka-quantity yung atin pong expression. Okay? So, naka-quantity po yung ating expression. Then, naka-raise po siya to any exponent. All you have to do is to multiply the exponents. Okay? Let's have this example. So, the quantity of a raised to 2 raised to 3. Again, you have to simply multiply the exponent. So, you have here a raised to 2 times 3. And that will be equal to a raised to 6. Okay, that will be our final answer. That is the power of a power rule. Okay, another one, we have here the quantity of a squared all over b raised to 3 raised to 2. So, as you can see, we have here our numerator and our denominator. So, you have to multiply the exponents of your numerator and exponent of your denominator by 2. Okay? So this will now become a raised to 2 times 2 all over b raised to 3 times 2. Okay? So therefore, we will have here a raised to 4 all over b raised to 6. And that will be our final answer. And that is the power of a power rule. Okay? You have to multiply po yung kanila namang mga exponent. Next, we have here the power of a product. Any numbers m and integers x, so this will be our pattern. The quantity of m times n raised to x is equal to m raised to x times n raised to x. So let's have this example. Or ibig sabihin po, nitong power of a product, ibig sabihin po nito, kung meron kang dalawang variable na magkaiba sa loob ng quantity, i-distribute mo po yung exponent to each variable inside the quantity. So, i-distribute po natin yung yung exponent, ito po yung x, sa bawat variable na nasa loob ng ating quantity. Okay, that is the power of a product. So, let's have this example. We have here the quantity of AB raised to 3. Okay? So, pareho or magkaiba po ng variable yung nasa loob ng quantity, which is A and B. So, kaya i-distribute po natin yung 3 sa bawat variable. Always remember that a variable ay meron po siya, kung hindi nyo nakikita yung kanyang exponent, meron po siya dyang imaginary na 1. Okay? So, applyan din natin siya nung power of a power rule. Okay? So, we have here A raised to 1 times 3 times B raised to 1 times 3. So, you can see, we distribute the exponent to each variable inside the quantity. So, therefore, if we are going to simplify this will now become A raised to 1 times 3 is 3. Multiplied it by B raised to 1 times 3 is also 3. So, to simplify your final answer, it can be written as A raised to 3 times B raised to 3. So, this will be our final answer. That is power of a product rule. Okay? Another example, ito po, we have here 2x squared y cubed raised to 2. Okay? So, all you have to do is to distribute the given, the given exponent or the exponent to each term or to each variable. Okay? So, you can see we have here now our numerical coefficient, our variable x and y. Okay? So, we have to distribute our exponent to each term, or to each variable inside the quantity. So, therefore, we have here 2 raised to 2, then multiplied it by x squared times 2, then y cubed times 2. Okay? So, therefore, this is now be equal to 2 times 2. That means you have to multiply 2 to itself twice. So, 2 times 2, that is equal to 4. So, therefore, we have here 4. X raised to 4, since 2 times 2 is 4. Y raised to 3 times 2 is 6. So, this will be our final answer. So, that is 4x raised to 4, y raised to 6. So, that is power of a product. Okay? Okay, so the last but definitely not the least, law of exponent, we have here the power of a quotient. So, any numbers m and integer x, we have here m divided by n raised to x is equal to m raised to x divided by n raised to x. So, dito naman po, dinistribute pa rin po natin yung ating exponent. Okay, for a while, nawawala yung aking pointer. Okay, so we will distribute the exponent atin pong numerator at sa atin pong denominator. Kaya po naging m raised to x divided by n raised to x. So let's have the following example. we have here 3 halves or 3 over 2 raised to 3. So we are to distribute our exponent dito po sa ating numerator at sa ating denominator. And this will now become 3 raised to 3 all over 2 raised to 3. Again, this expression 3 raised to 3, hindi po ibig sabihin ng 3 raised to 3 ay 3 times 3. Okay, that is wrong. So 3 times 3, or 3 raised to 3, this means that you have to multiply 3 to itself thrice. So therefore, you have here 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so we'll copy here. So 3 times 3 times 3. All over, so same thing po kay 2 raised to 3. Hindi po ibig sabihin ng 2 raised to 3 is you have to multiply 2 and 3. Okay? Hindi po ibig sabihin yan ay 2 times 3. That is wrong. Okay? Kung yan yung nasa idea nyo, or that is your idea, if you will encounter this kind of expression, that is wrong. It should be 2 raised to 3, you have to multiply 2 to itself thrice. So you have here 2 times 2 times 2. So you have here 2 times 2 times 2. So therefore, you have here, to simplify, 3 times 3 will give us 9, times 3 will give us 27. All over, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 will give us 8. So since wala naman pong common factor except 1, si 27 and 8, so this will be our final answer. Okay, that is the power of a quotient rule. How about this next example? We have here x raised to 4 divided by 2, 2x raised to 2 or 2x squared then raised to 3. The same thing, we have to distribute 3 sa atin pong numerator at sa atin pong denominator. So therefore, this will now become x raised to 4 times 3 all over. So may numerical coefficient po tayo, kaya po this will now become 2 raised to 3, then x raised to 2 times 3. Okay? So this will now become, so x raised to 4 times 3 will give us x raised to 12. All over, again, 2 raised to 3, same with this one. Ibig sabihin po niyan, you have to multiply 2 to itself thrice, and our answer here is 8. And then 8, x raised to 2 times 3 will give us 6. Okay? Tingnan pong maigay yung ating expression. Okay? So, rewrite ko lang po si x12 para po nakikita agad. So, x raised to 12. As you can see, meron pa po tayo dyang another rule or law of exponent na pwede po nating i-apply. So, applyan din po natin ito ng quotient law of exponent. Since our numerator or the exponent of our numerator is greater than the exponent of our denominator, so we are to subtract. So you have here 8, okay, nandito po sa ating denominator. Then, x raised to 12 minus 6. Okay? Ma'am, bakit po nawala na yung x raised to 6 po dito? Kasi po nandito na po yung exponent niya sa ating numerator. So that's why you have here x raised to 6 all over 8. So this will be our final answer. Okay? So, I hope na naintindihan nyo po itong part na ito ng ating law of exponent. So, thank you for watching and thank you for listening on this video about the law of exponent. Goodbye!